What if I told you that the first murder in human history wasn't caused by hatred, war, or revenge, but by jealousy between two brothers? This is the heartbreaking story of Habil and Qabil, a story not just of blood, but of ego, choices, and the consequences of disobeying Allah. After Adam, peace be upon him, and Hawa descended to earth, they began the first human family. With every pregnancy, Hawa gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl, and Allah commanded that they marry across sets. The boy from one birth would marry the girl from another. From this came Habil and Qabil. Qabil was the older of the two, strong, proud, a farmer who worked the land. Habil was younger, kind, obedient, and God-fearing, a shepherd who tended animals. But Qabil had a problem. He didn't want to marry Habil's sister. He wanted his own twin sister. Even though Allah had forbidden it, his heart filled with pride. He thought he deserved more. He thought he knew better than his father, better than his Lord. Adam, peace be upon him, saw Qabil's arrogance and said, "Offer a sacrifice to Allah. Let Allah decide who is right." So they prepared their sacrifices. Qabil, with a hard heart, offered old, dried crops, leftovers from his harvest. No sincerity, no value. Habil, with love and sincerity, chose his best sheep, strong, pure, his most beloved animal. A true sacrifice. They placed their offerings on a mountain, and then a fire descended from the sky. It consumed Habil's sacrifice, but Qabil's was left untouched. It was clear Allah had accepted Habil and rejected Qabil. Jealousy turned into anger, and anger into rage. Qabil was humiliated, his pride shattered. One day, he cornered Habil and said, "I will kill you." Habil, calm and faithful, replied, "If you stretch your hand to kill me, I will not stretch mine to harm you. I fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds. I would rather be patient and let you carry my sin, for that is the path to hell." But Qabil didn't care. His heart was sealed. He waited for the perfect moment. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, Qabil followed Habil into the fields. There were no witnesses, no sounds, except the rustling of leaves and the bleating of sheep. Habil was checking on his flock when Qabil attacked. With a sharp rock, or maybe a heavy bone, he struck his own brother. Blood soaked the earth that had never seen such a thing before. It was the first crime, the first act of violence, the first murder committed by a human. Habil's lifeless body lay on the ground, and Qabil stood there, silent, breathing heavily, realizing what he had done. Days passed. Qabil didn't know what to do with the body. He dragged it, hid it, left it, picked it back up, He felt fear, shame, regret, but didn't know how to fix it. Then Allah sent a sign. 2 crows appeared, fighting. One killed the other, and then the living crow scratched the ground and buried the dead one. Qabil watched in silence. Tears filled his eyes. He fell to his knees and cried out, "Woe to me! Am I not even like this crow to hide my brother's body?" He dug into the earth, laid Qabil down, and covered him with soil. The first grave, the first funeral, made by the hands of the killer. Qabil lived with the guilt. He had disobeyed Allah. He had killed his own blood. He had started a chain of violence that would echo forever. The Prophet Muhammad said, "No soul is killed unjustly, except that the son of Adam, Qabil, shares in that sin, because he was the first to shed blood." But this story is more than just history. It's a warning. It's about jealousy, pride, arrogance, disobedience, and the power of sincere faith. Be like Qabil. Choose what pleases Allah, even when it's hard, even when you're wronged, even when you're tested. Because Qabil didn't die in defeat. He died in honor, and his reward is with Allah forever. Say Astaghfirullah. Protect your heart. Don't let pride take over. And always choose sincerity over ego.